Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 13 of the Fulham Career Mode series here on FIFA 18. We start on January the 13th for episode 13 with a game away from home against Newcastle. We follow that up in just over a week's time with a game at home against Liverpool. Now, we're in okay form. We're currently sat 8th in the Premier League table, but we are, of course, as it's January, in the window. It's been about 10 days since I last recorded an episode of this series due to family commitments, and obviously I was away during the week at FIFA 19 feedback event and the FIFA E World Cup finals in London at the O2. So it's been a few days. Hopefully I'm not super rusty when it comes to performance on the pitch. With regards to what we're trying to do in the transfer window, we're still mainly isolating the one player, Gedson Fernandes, as our sole target for this window because I haven't got the money to sign anyone else, basically. Juan Foyth is a player that we played against in a game against Tottenham recently, and I wasn't sure who he was. You guys have isolated him out as a genuine potential player to sign for future seasons in this series, so I'm going to keep my eye on him. I am now scouting him to find out what his stats actually look like. He currently isn't available for transfer, but I don't have the funds to buy him now anyway, so it doesn't matter. But someone we could look at in future seasons. But we are still going to try and get Gedson Fernandes in if we can. But of course, we do still need to have the sale of Kevin McDonald to free up the cash to be able to do that. So that's the main aim today. Heung-min Son has gone to Barcelona. I can't remember whether I actually mentioned that or not in the previous episode. What I may do for this game, considering Fulham don't have a third strip on FIFA, I may actually just play Newcastle in one of their away kits just to make sure that that kit clashing isn't an issue. Well, as you can see, it's going to be raining, but my full strength starting lineup is available. Injury's not an issue right now, apart from, of course, what's his name? Catrone, who's out injured still for a considerable period of time. Who knows what we could have achieved with him in the side, but to be fair, Jose Fonte has done phenomenally well when stepping in. So, fingers crossed, he can... No, it's not Jose Fonte, it's Rui Fonte. Jose Fonte is the centre-back in the Chinese league. Right, Newcastle away then. Let's start the episode, hopefully, with a decent result. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Thank you for the positive feedback on the My Player pilot earlier on in the week. At the weekend, on Sunday, I will hopefully have another episode of that for you tomorrow evening, being Thursday. So keep your eyes peeled for that for episode number 2. But for now, it's episode 13 of the Fulham series. Carl Darlow in goal for Newcastle. Elvedi, Leyoun, Clark and Manquillo at the back. Looks like 4 and 4. And your Ki Sung-young, Isaac Hayden and Kennedy. It's 4-4-1-1 with Dwight Gale sat behind Slimani. Tall, strong, physical with the quick Dwight Gale running off him. There'll be a handball. Here's Dwight Gale. Oh, nicely round the corner to Slimani. Just enough weight on the pass, thankfully. Oh, no! I was going to say, thankfully, the cross isn't very good, but Kennedy caught the defender out there and just arrived in front of him. Defender hesitated, should have gone with his head, went to go with his feet. And the Brazilian just arrived late and very nearly studded that ball into the bottom corner. That's an early scare. Thankfully, the scoreline still remains 0-0. Although we could quite easily have been 1-0 down by then. Christie, out to Cabano. Forward in there to Rui Fonte. Arriving is Tom Kearney. Through that gap is Jean-Michel Seri. And a 1-0 lead given to us by the Ivorian in the 13th... Wow. Episode 13, January the 13th. The goal in the 13th minute. Perfect. Here's Slimani. Good strength into Gale. Well, that didn't take long, did it? What did I say? The big, tall man with the quick, fast Dwight Gale running off him. And that is exactly what's happened. Slimani played in, turns it inside, and a thumping finish off the underside of the bar from the Englishman. Did the keeper get something on it? It felt like he did. Yes, but just not quite enough. Desperately unlucky for the goalkeeper. Desperately unlucky for me. We were ahead for just 4 minutes. Already inside. Hayden tackled by Tom Kearney. Ball was initially meant to go to Seri, but anyway, has found its way to his feet. Kearney, I was hoping Norwood would keep that run going. He has done eventually. Rui Fonte is through that gap for me. Norwood is still there. Could just go for it because the defender was backing off, but on his left foot, scuffed the effort. After half an hour, we will stay at 1-1. Pete into Elvedi. And the corner there to Dwight Gale. This time it could be he to cross for his strike partner the other way around, but no, Cyrus Christie wins the header up against Kennedy. A hell of a hit from Ki Sung-young that most certainly would have stung the legs of Thomas Callas there. P into Gale, across to Isaac Hayden. Callas in the way again. Still it drops to Isaac Hayden. Le Marchand will get it away. Newcastle really pushing to go in front here. Sessegnon will drive inside. I will look for Rui Fonte, but I won't be able to find him. Oh, really positive start to the half, but then since Newcastle equalised shortly after we went in front, it has been one-way action, and so much so that Newcastle will score again through Dwight Gale for a second time. In the 45th minute, it's Newcastle 2, Fulham 1. We've gone from being in front to trailing. Brian to Sessegnon. There's Fonte. I was hoping Sessegnon would make a run inside, but he hasn't. But here is Fonte into the middle. And Keogh clears with Cabano loitering at the back post with intent. I'll find us an equaliser. Cyrus Christie into Kearney. There's Fonte. It's a nice turn. Rui Fonte, well blocked. It might still drop for Cabano. It hasn't. Win that header, well up Le Marchand. Kearney again, forward to Rui Fonte, again with the turn, this time with the shot that's not blocked, and he's put it straight down the throat of the keeper. Rui, you've got to find the corners, my man. An hour played, we still trail. Into Slimani to Gale, on a hat-trick now, of course, Dwight Gale, but gives the ball away. I'd much prefer it if he didn't get that hat-trick. There's not much time left in the game now for us to go and get our equaliser, and unfortunately that pass hasn't quite made its target. And Yol turns inside, gets it to Dwight Gale, who with a wonderful strike, first time again, gives Newcastle a 3-1 lead and does bag his hat-trick. Dwight Gale has been the difference in this game. That one-touch finish killed me off every single time. He's unbelievable. Clinical finishing. It's going to be a defeat here against Newcastle by at least 3-1. But I haven't felt 3-1 bad, if you know what I mean. Like, I haven't felt like the performance overall warranted a 3-1 defeat, but evidently, regardless of what my performance deserves, the scoreline reads what it does. 8 minutes to go. A lovely ball by Kieran Clark through to Slimani. Are they in for a fourth? Maybe. Slimani, no. Rossi with a save. But the fact they've got a corner here in stoppage time is going to deny me the opportunity of even getting a single goal back. We may even end up conceding a fourth. Key with the corner. Slimani's up. He's flicked it on, but it's straight at Rossi. But that will be game over, I'm pretty sure. I've pumped it forward looking for Aite, who tries to bring it down. Stumbles over the man. I get the free kick, but I'm almost certainly not going to have the chance to create another opportunity before the final whistle goes. We'll take the free kick, and I'm expecting the final whistle not too long after it. And indeed, there it goes. Well, it's defeat against Newcastle away from home, and it's a hat-trick for that man. And deservedly... Oh, I can't talk today. And deservedly so. 9 shots, 7 on target from my 5 and 3. I wasn't that rusty, but I wasn't slick enough to be able to get the result against Newcastle. Up next for us, Liverpool, unless, of course, we have an offer for a certain Kevin McDonald in the meantime. Boris Karius in goal for Liverpool. 4 at the back, Joe Gomez, John Matip, Dejan Lovren and Andrew Robertson. 3 in midfield, Milner, Fabinho and Henderson. Mane, Salah and Origi up top. No Firmino. In fact, I think they've sold Firmino in this save, haven't they? I can't entirely remember, but I think they have. Still a very strong Liverpool starting lineup. One change for me. Rafael Leao starts up top ahead of Rui Fonte. And to this point, as you can tell, we've gone straight from the end of the Fulham game to the beginning of this. There were no bids for Kevin McDonald, or anyone else for that matter, running up between the games. My faith in being able to raise the funds for Jedson Fernandez in this window is starting to dwindle. But we very nearly were able to give ourselves an opening goal in this one. He's never going to win a physical battle there against Fabinho, was he there? Cabano, unfortunately. Here comes James Milner, driving forward through the middle. See if he can have some of that Colombian style. Andrew Robertson down the left-hand side. Great left foot on him. Ooh. Little back heel to Jordan Henderson. He's got a decent left foot as well, it seems, to put in a dangerous ball, but we have been able to clear it. Leao not able to win the header there against Fabinho as well, dominating physically in the opening stages. Origi across to... Oh, that's a chop. Milner might be in trouble here. That wasn't the nicest of challenge. Seri will be able to get up, but you can hear the fans chanting off, and it is a straight red card for James Milner after just 10 minutes. A couple of episodes ago, we did have a nasty red card against Watford. Inexplicable from James Milner. That certainly isn't the Colombian style, is it? Wow. Now, the thing is, we did get that red card against Watford. I then went on to lose that game against Watford. Hopefully that won't be the case here against Liverpool. We now have 80 minutes playing against 10 men. They don't have a striker on the field because they took Origi off to bring on Adam Lallana in the midfield. So they're now playing a 4-3-2-1 without the one, effectively. Salah out wide and Mane out wide. And no central striker. Let's see if it completely scuppers their game plan. I have to try my best to take advantage of this. I would have liked to have gotten a victory against Newcastle, and to be fair, I would have thought I'd have beaten Newcastle and lost against Liverpool. Maybe, thanks to their 10 men, we might be able to do the opposite, and it's going to be probably a yellow card for Jordan Henderson here as well. The referee, no, not issuing a card this time, but this is turning out to be quite the physical game. Quite the ill-tempered game as well. The Marchand will get that across here to Seri. Woeful attempt at a pass, and the opportunity is gone. Nice tackle by Kearney on Jordan Henderson, and he's going to find Cabano, who spun well and gotten away from Fabinho, and Seri's arriving here. Jean-Michel Seri flies the ball wide of the target, trying to do what Dwight Gale did in the last game. First time hit on the edge of the box. Just didn't quite have the accuracy that the English striker did in the previous fixture. 0-0 after 38 minutes. Mane across to Henderson. That heavy touch. He's taken it past the defender, who's turned inside again. Jordan Henderson, maybe bend it. No, Lallana will have the shot and plucked out the air gleefully by Rossi. A hell of a leap from the goalkeeper to get to that. Not the best of throws, but Kearney will recover possession. And Leao brings it down. Seri's kept going. Norwood will look from over the top. It's a hell of a scooped ball, but it will find Jean-Michel Seri, who gets it under control, tries to find the cross. Can't find a teammate. Second time around, can't do the same again. Really frustrating. Oh, but we've won it back. Little flick to Tom Kearney. Bend it with his left foot. Oh, Thomas Kearney, what a finish. Oh, my word, that's outstanding. That's the best goal that he's scored in his entire career. Might well be the best goal that we've scored with Fulham as well. Not quite. Oh, the flick from Seri just makes it all that better. And off the post too. Oh, stunner. Absolute worldie from Thomas Kearney. Not quite the levels of celebration that Corentin Tolisso got in the Leverkusen series, but not far off. Tom Kearney with a screamer. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. Salah. Oh, nice touch and turn, and Joe Gomez will burst into the space. Francesnion trying to close him down desperately, but can't get there. Across into Lallana. Lallana, effort, well held by Rossi again. His positioning is his main attribute, Rossi. It's 84, which for a 79 rated keeper, who actually just turned 79 rated earlier on in this episode with some training, is very, very impressive. He's got okay diving and reflexes, and the fact that he's in the right position most of the time to make those reflexes, and oh, Leao can't quite get to it. Kearney could try again here. Tom Kearney over the bar. In fact, he's got the positioning to help with the diving and reflexes, mean that Rossi's actually a very capable keeper at this level. You guys have really done me proud there with that signing. We made a signing in the Southampton series with Onana in goal, and he was just diabolically poor. And I haven't really had much faith in the young goalkeepers in this game as a whole on the back of that signing, but Rossi has certainly proved to be a stunning goalkeeper for us. Karius making a save there, not necessarily as stunning as some of Rossi's. Decent delivery from the corner though. Fabinho wins the initial header. It's going to drop to Leao. And despite the fact he's buried it really nicely in the bottom corner, it will not count. Free kick given for a foul. They aren't necessarily missing the man in the middle where Milner was, because of course they brought on Lallana. Where they are really struggling to keep possession in the final third with that lack of a central target man. Origi going off, of course, for Lallana with the red card. Brian will get that to Seri. Drop the shoulder. I'll try and get it to Leao. It's done well to turn. Oh, but I can't get this shot off. Joel Matip does brilliantly. Leao's already had the ball in the back of the net once, but it unfortunately for him didn't count. And again, Liverpool lacking that tall physical option through the middle. Leao around the corner there trying to get it to Seri, but Fabinho's marshalling the midfield well. Getting that goal just before half-time from Tom Kearney in quite some fashion is going to be secondary to the red card, of course, but still the key moment in this game. One of the two key moments. I have a feeling this one may end a narrow 1-0. Xherdan Shaqiri's come on for Sadio Mane. Andrew Robertson will loop that towards the back post towards Salah, but Brian heads it clear. Lallana's effort had the keeper scrambling and me worried, but eventually wide of the target. When he first hit it, I thought, oh, he scuffed that. But no, that was spinning back towards goal. Brilliant technique from Adam Lallana. Jurgen Klopp realised it wasn't too far away, but it was wide, luckily. Oh, terrible touch from Joe Gomez. Rafael Leao can get back to his feet here. We might be able to create another goal-scoring opportunity, and Leao is in behind. I just need to get away from some of the defenders that are with me. Rafael Leao, great block by Joe Gomez. If I tried to shoot, he blocked it. If I'd have gone for the pass, Joe Gomez would have blocked it too. Up we go. Oh, he's underneath him. Or over the top of him, sorry. He's underneath it. Or Sessegnon somehow gotten past the man, and a great strike. It was well saved by Karius. How I wasn't able to get connection with the header with Christie, I'm not sure. Again, Christie runs underneath the ball. The Marchand, as he turns to get it back to Sessegnon. Some space here for Cyrus Christie. Is he any good with his feet? He's okay. He's not the best, he's not the worst, but he is a right back, so I can't be expecting him to bang it into the top corner every single time. Lovren pings that to actually where Christie should be from defensively positioned from the corner. And here's Mo Salah inside to Joel Matip. And a strong arm from Rossi. There's a man free at the back post, and thankfully Salah gets his touch wrong. There will be a goal kick, but Thomas Callas is going to have to come off injured. And how long is he going to be out for? We do have the squad depth to deal with an injured centre-back, but it would still be particularly frustrating to lose him for a considerable period of time. He has been very, very good for me. His legs just kind of crumbled underneath him there in the challenge with Shaqiri. Thankfully, with 4 minutes to go, we might be losing a man with injury, but at least our lead is still okay. Shaqiri, outmuscled by Christie, but illegally so. Referee deeming him too physical there. Salah will deliver the ball. Despite having 10 men, they've still got, or had 48% possession, Liverpool. Have not been totally dominant in this game. Sessegnon does brilliantly there, actually, to keep hold of possession and then work it away. Now, I've got a number of players on the far left-hand side to run onto this, one of which is Rafael Leao, who will get to that ahead of Joe Gomez, but I am going to have to turn back for support. And then on the edge of the box, here's Tom Kearney, back there to Norwood. I could push for a second, but to be honest, I'd rather just sit on the one goal I've got. But here's Ibrahima Cissé. Shot blocked. Could have gone one further to the man on the left-hand side. Decided not. Into Cissé again. Touch is terrible. Thankfully, he's got the physicality. And here is Rafael Leao. In there to Ojo. Ojo looking for Rafael Leao again. It will drop to Ojo, who stands it up. Oliver Norwood brings it down and doesn't find us a second because Andrew Robertson's in the way. But victory against Liverpool! Thanks in no small part to that Milner red card and Liverpool not having 11 men on the field. However, what a winner from Thomas Kearney. Let's have another look at it, shall we? Absolutely unbelievable strike. Poor in possession there, Liverpool. Beautiful flick from Jean-Michel Seri, and the finish is outstanding. I could not be happier with that. Most certainly the best goal Thomas Kearney has scored for me. Probably the best assist Jean-Michel Seri has gotten for me as well. 3 points from today's episode, which I would have expected at the beginning, but with the results reversed. So I'll take it. Although it is frustrating to have lost to Newcastle in quite such a heavy manner. Our goal difference would have taken a hit regardless. And Callas is out for 3 months. Now that isn't as bad as it could have been, but it's still pretty frustrating. Tim Ream can step in, and we shall actually. Shall I play? I might play Varnier actually. We'll give him some first team football, and hopefully he can grow. What I may start to do is actually stop training Rossi, the goalkeeper, now, because he's at a decent level, and maybe even concentrate on Varnier. Let's have a quick look. Have I got Varnier in there? I don't. Let's start training him now. He's actually going to have to play a part in the first team. So Varnier, we shall train you there, defending. Now, I don't know whether to concentrate solely on his defensive stats, or do I go for some Passing or dribbling? I'm going to say passing, so he perhaps suits my style of play a little bit better. Through the gates. Short passing is currently 57. We'll do that. And then fingers crossed, he can grow quite nicely as well with some prolonged first team action now between now and the end of the season with the injury to Thomas Callas. We may see him progress into, hopefully, the player that we expect him to become. The reason why we bought him. We are still now 8th. We dropped down to 11th, I believe, after the Newcastle game, and now have shot ourselves back up to 8th position. Still waiting to see if there's any bids in for Kevin McDonald. We've got press conferences left, right and centre, and the Northern Irish international manager's job, but I don't want that, thank you very much. I would like a bid for Kevin McDonald, if you don't mind. Now another quick train, but I don't think it's going to happen. We've got one email there, that'll be another press conference. No, it's an offer for Stefan Johansson. £6 million is his valuation, and they've offered me 5.1 here. Now, McDonald is 29. No, I don't really want to sell Johansson. I'm going to wait, because I should still be able to accept that on transfer deadline day if I want to. I don't particularly want to, though. I would prefer to sell Kevin McDonald and then keep Johansson at the club. Because, of course, next year we're going to have to be spending elsewhere. One thing, actually, that I do want to point out, Fulham have done some business in real life, obviously, making the Mitrovic signing permanent. That's one thing I won't replicate in this series. But they've signed Andre Schürrle. I think it's a loan deal, actually, but I'll make it permanent in this save. They also signed Alfie Mawson as well, so I will make that deal a thing in the second season here at Fulham as well. And any further signings they make, I shall also do the same. I believe they did actually go ahead and sign the goalkeeper from Besiktas in the end, so I may do that, although I may not, considering we already kind of made a goalkeeper signing because I couldn't afford the Spanish goalkeeper from Besiktas at the beginning of the save. So we kind of already have made that goalkeeper signing, and with the introduction of Rafael Leao and the fact that I really don't get on very well with Mitrovic, and we've got Cutrone, they'll probably counteract the fact that Fulham have signed Mitrovic in real life on a permanent deal. So I won't sign Mitrovic permanently, and I won't sign the goalkeeper, I don't think, but I will try and sign Schürrle and Mawson next season. I will most certainly try and do that. But for now, that's going to bring this episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this series or the My Player series, which will now run until the end of the FIFA 18 cycle as well. Exciting times coming up. FIFA 19, really not that long away now. And hopefully you guys are hyped for 19 content, because I most certainly am. Thank you very much for watching, though, and I'll see you next time.